dismantle. Showing this channel, family don't matter cause you sick when they poison goddess and call a witch and you let it be. Pop pills on the medicines. Real evil though, how you can kill so legal though. Poison miseducation. Warping information, halting imagination. Backwards, fork tongue, how to keep it going on a daily-based system. Spells, but you won't read, bro. Your sisters get your poison. Thoughts is a poison body. E equals MC. Poison gods now annoying. Dog, you need an L-O-B-E, yeah. Poison bars just to keep them far, for they try to trespass me. Loitering hard in the yard, being black, yo, you can't class me.
I call it reading Dr. Eric Williams and Biko, Mike and Sarah, we see my pioneer people. Uncounted 5 through Heru eyes past 33 degrees, sitting at the feet of the wise through DVDs. Since I cancel cable, now I manipulate TVs. It's how you should use books, but you're dying in for peace. Nationality free, not clutched by the beast. No strange fruit hang from Ku Klux and white sheets. They stole from the Moors, it's deep, deeper than ocean depths as galactic blackness creeps. Sabotage and master mental slave attachment speech. Cactus are the slave torturers. Booby trap past to reach the fortress. Losing power all around the world as grip weakens and losses and casualties piling. Make them forfeit. Minds no poison as ancient sitting on stone orchids.
Poison thoughts is a poison body. E equals MC. Poison gods now annoying. Dog, you need an L-O-B-E, yeah. Poison bars just to keep them far, for they try to trespass me. Loitering hard in the yard, being black, yo, you can't class me. No.
We all know that what we were told and we continue to be told about AIDS is inaccurate and in most instances completely fraudulent. And what were the goals of this AIDS virus, and what are they still continuing today? And in my view, and in many people's views, it's a depopulation tool, or it's a societal subjugation tool. It's a geopolitical tool to exclude. It's a lot of things. But what it certainly isn't is what they've told us it is as a disease. And it more than likely's cause is poverty, mixed with introductions of vaccines and other things.
HIV, just as sick as the thoughts in your MIND. While you barcoding customers, E. coli friendly, practicing the frenzy, a product that can end me, I'll pass on that. And keep it moving while you stuck watching chemtrails. I'm figuring to set sail, and method figures when the best fail, and triggers that will send mail, you pass on that. While you throw to the pharmacy for RIP, they giving guns, can't spelling all this ADD, exploiting in HD on CTV. Get real, conforming to creations from colonists. This is poison for the Moors. Now bottle this, searching for a savior, apocalypse. In the face, fear the danger, you copy this, bravo. Put the high horse on your N2O. When you stripped of your vanity with H2O, you be wishing that your debt notes were backed by gold. Only know about the box you can, no hands sticking holes in sand. Planting seeds for the fam I am. Knocking out all pollutants, creating all these artificial mutants.
So that's what I really wanted to get people to understand. If they can control your mind, they can control, and after they have your mind, it doesn't matter. You'll act in the way that they want you to act.
Poison thoughts is a poison body. E equals MC. Poison gods now annoying. Dog, you need an L-O-B-E, yeah. Poison bars just to keep them far, for they try to trespass me. Loitering hard in the yard, being black, yo, you can't class me, no.
And they begin to move the drugs in. And they also begin this huge social engineering program with something the CIA called MK Ultra, which was largely a mind control program, but they wanted to use it not only on individuals, but as a social engineering program to see how they could get a group of young people to behave in a particular way.
My wrist, me, Lord L, Brother L, Broadcast L, Apocalypse Now. Yeah, for real. This is we. And GCP inspired me for real. Yeah. Tick, 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 booyah. With this writ, get flipped straight to no more crawling, no more screw Who was the amnesty of aid? Now me, I'm mine. God of my chest, I'm Lord of the mind. Our government, I stand with the spine up 100 men. At the front line, stand 90 degrees. No fear for machine car. Man is supreme car. We come again, till you on your knees. That I recommend that things be revealed. Don't try at the end, cause we got no beginning but the womb, and she not from here, baby. Set the moon or the tomb or the sun. How about all of the above? Tick, 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 booyah. It's time for we, booyah. Here I descend from a prodigy, the other me's. Cause of them, now I gotta be solidly. Now I represent right, moving left. Fool everybody but the Moors, cause we made you. Son, I'm a store too. Port of the L, right. Length with height. Home is the base, reach safe, bring your light. Runway the night, Drew circle the 7. Don't know, better start soon. Can't keep it real when your life in the cartoon. Everything came free, but nigga, it'll cost you. Get with your nation and stay stateless. 14th Amendment, pointless to argue. Time ticks down, you're getting this cheated. Fully mistreated, though steady, just reaping, not grown, just bleaching what's on with our rules. Wake up, tick, 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 booyah. With this writ, get flipped straight to no more crawling, no more screw up. Who was? Amnesty of age.
Backing up frauds with cards national. In Northwest, some Ottawa's not my capital. Fez like a Merlin hat, I stay magical. Stand on your birthright square, they label you radical. Flow like libations, every day it's sabbatical. I self-law and master science mathematical. It's tragical, dramatical. This Moorish Othello, I rather black on black, I don't do black and yellow. Compass and square, fair trap, Masonic fellows and matrons. Slew them not just sodomites and pagans. Most maroons need to stop saying Jamaican and calling Euros American, they are Caucasian.
Me, I'm a 9. I try to make a 7 here. Try to make a heaven here. Living in the devil's lair. Freedom is a mental clear. Color is a spectrum. Don't you see through spares? Color mine is a bridge of program over there. In the spell with the magi. Medium. Playing good, but they really the bad guys. Feeling them. I'm reeling them. Cause I'm Moorish American. This is our land. And that's what we inherited. Tick, 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 booyah. With this red, get flipped straight to no more crawl, no more screw ups. Who was? Yo. Yeah, it's me, Mr. L. Mr. Bro. Lord, Raw, Cal L. Apocalypse now. Watch the time tick, tick. Then tick, booyah.
Studies have a bias. You got your facts, I got weight. But why if maybe a little crazy? Studying language, AC, and everything between. English colonized lives, I won't settle for your dreams. Shuttle on the scene, I'm flying, I'm unidentified. Trying to give me titles, I flip the script like a Gemini. Align with the stars, yes, really I am a stronger being than Iron Man. Never mind the world, I got the iron hand. Never mind the money, you should see my palm. I could touch the world, atomic bomb style. You know life goes on, child. We've only been here for a long while. Starving and I'm walking down a long aisle. Everybody looking at me like I'm on trial. All cause my skin tone sound like wow. Sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
What I know now, it's no wonder why these haters try to profile.
Sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
Wisdom of the womb in your ear right now. It just sound like wow.
Uncle on my chest, a symbol of my success. I travel through time and mind, give this body a rest. I'll shoddy the sheriff, no need to body the rest. Shells alter his chest, I'm just revolving the stress. Since we all plagued, I drop pearls of age. No equivalent wage, words stick to the pages of the sages. Written for some everyday kids. We grow old, you know they say we don't stay big. studies have a bias. You got your facts, I got weight. But why if maybe a little crazy? Studying language, AC, and everything between. English colonized lives, I won't settle for your dreams. Shuttle on the scene, I'm flying, I'm unidentified. Trying to give me titles, I flip the script like a Gemini. Align with the stars, yes, really I am a stronger being than Iron Man. Never mind the world, I got the iron hand. Never mind the money, you should see my palm. I could touch the world, atomic bomb style. You know life goes on, child. We've only been here for a long while. Starving and I'm walking down a long aisle. Everybody looking at me like I'm on trial. All cause my skin tone sound like wow. Sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
With what I know now, it's no wonder why these haters try to profile.
Sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
Wisdom of the womb in your ear right now. It just sound like wow.
Unk on my chest, a symbol of my success. I travel through time and mind, give this body a rest. I'll shoddy the sheriff, no need to body the rest. Shells alter his chest, I'm just revolving the stress. Since we all plagued, I drop pearls of age. No equivalent wage, words stick to the pages of the sages. Written for some everyday kids. We grow old, you know they say we don't stay big. Tables turn, what's the response to how they live? It's getting late, we running out of time. Why I call it mankind if anybody gets left behind? Shout out to my mother, she's a great gift I find. All this greatness in line, sacred paradigm spinning in my mind. And it just sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
With what I know now, it's no wonder why these haters try to profile.
Sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
Wisdom of the womb in your ear right now. Just sound like wow.
So walk 20 some grams from my sock. All I ask is please listen when I talk. I just hope to shift the coast when I drop. All I know is that the limit isn't my stop. On this road, how much collisions will I cops? Always on the mind, and if you're holding it down, pop. It can't hurt to ask right. The better man is never supposed to play the ass right. I could be the worst, I was pondering it last night. By a palm through an owl in a tree. A bit about me, not sure about what you see. I'm a real mother's son, not sure about what you be. Whatever will, I guess. On my worst day, I may reveal my best. So you can sell your soul, I would still invest. To uplift the rest who are still oppressed. Yes. Sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
With what I know now, it's no wonder why these haters try to profile.
Sound like wow. It just sound like wow.
Wisdom of the womb in your ear right now. It just sound like wow.
Don't ask me if it's a just war. That's not up to us. To us, it's just war.
Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Crossing enemy lines, war morals entangled. Once they show me the ropes, I show you warrior strangle. Separate bodies, 6-degree angles. High caliber grip when he rambles. From his tip, bionic lip equipped with the handles. Could have careers crippled in shambles. It's Bando, Michael Jordan fans know. Nobody fucking with my ammo. Nightmare to the son of Samuel. Spit with the camels, my energy's camel. Anger I channel, use it like a radical tamil. Got tried as a terrorist, then my hammer spat at your panel. Weapons are formed, had to dismantle. Handle it manual, left it to God. I'm on the path to a manual. Such a thriller, feel of a life giver. I catch a body, I deliver. You catch a body, you a killer. So I'm not your typical nigga. Every time I rhyme, I pull a trigger. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. them use me. Usually cool, I.E. to identify me. You should probably be thinking highly. Trying to find wisdom where I be. While I be dodging, listening, missing the missiles whistle by me. Wonder what they pay to try to buy me. Kingfisher play to ban me. Got me thinking all I need is my family. Sometimes I think all I need is a Grammy to cure the Alzheimer's, to cure my granny, and anyone who understand me, even the ones that try to ban me. We all kids if the world is candy. Watch what you hand me, I won't let you hang me. I'm never going back to that place again. On a new path, not a pace of sin. You should play it back, you should take it in. I tied up one of my homies' legs, one of my homies' arms. Hope to die before losing my one and my only mom. Terror in my eyes, you worried about Saddam. I watch the temperature rise between niggas who get it on. When you hear the song, the message has no discretion. Pull up in the tank so the people know my aggression. Stole Hannibal's weapon. Try to test him when classes in session. He'll dissect the lesson. Leave your body parts in the West End. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time.
Various things we learn as we live, like the experience, wisdom to give attention to that self that's in. Time has been the main form of this verse. Measurement is evident based on life's compliment that we were purposing. Still we're meant to do more. Whispers the voice at the core, which turns into a roar whenever we rhyme on the floor. Memories before now have me reflecting how prophesizing on monopolizing like they do the cow.
Don't ask me if it's a just war. That's not up to us. To us, it's just war.
Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Crossing enemy lines, war morals entangle. Once they show me the ropes, I show you warrior strangle. Separate bodies, 6-degree angles. High caliber grip when he rambles. From his tip, bionic lip equipped with the handles. Could have careers crippled in shambles. It's Bando, Michael Jordan fans know. Nobody fucking with my ammo. Nightmare to the son of Samuel. Spit with the camels, my energy's camel. Anger I channel, use it like a radical tamil. Got tried as a terrorist, then my hammer spat at your panel. Weapons are formed, had to dismantle. Handle it manual, left it to God. I'm on the path to a manual. Such a thriller, feel of a life giver. I catch a body, I deliver. You catch a body, you a killer. So I'm not your typical nigga. Every time I rhyme, I pull a trigger. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Not like the newsie, I'm a broken toolie in a ghetto movie. Might explode if you let them use me. Usually cool, I.E. to identify me. You should probably be thinking highly. Trying to find wisdom where I be. While I be dodging, listening, missing the missiles whistle by me. Wonder what they pay to try to buy me. Kingfisher play to ban me. Got me thinking all I need is my family. Sometimes I think all I need is a Grammy to cure the Alzheimer's, to cure my granny, and anyone who understand me, even the ones that try to ban me. We all kids if the world is candy. Watch what you hand me, I won't let you hang me. I'm never going back to that place again. On a new path, not a pace of sin. You should play it back, you should take it in. I tied up one of my homies' legs, one of my homies' arms. Hope to die before losing my one and my only mom. Terror in my eyes, you worried about Saddam. I watch the temperature rise between niggas who get it on. When you hear the song, the message has no discretion. Pull up in the tank so the people know my aggression. Stole Hannibal's weapon. Try to test him when classes in session. He'll dissect the lesson. Leave your body parts in the West End. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time.
Various things we learn as we live, like the experience, wisdom to give attention to that self that's in. Time has been the main form of this verse. Measurement is evident based on life's compliment that we were purposing. Still we're meant to do more. Whispers the voice at the core, which turns into a roar whenever we rhyme on the the floor. Memories before now have me reflecting how prophesizing on monopolizing like they do the cow. Correction, since they refer to deal with deception in all direction. It's for self-inspection into perfection. No perplexing, just speaking, respecting those that's teaching. Reflections that are reaching to that point where they preaching. The concept of borderlines, intertwine out an angel, either in a demon spy. My cons, always ready to build, feeling the battle drills, knowing that we will do what's necessary to heal the ill to the mind of a soldier. Growing in the north colder, so consequently as we've gotten older, gotten bolder. Rhyme solo when the air trigger that pioneer spirit. Hear it, inform it, and spit it out a conduit, no doubt. We about profitable gain, Gucci check a leak of change. Similar, you're not the same as those who just seek to campaign. Emphasizing time to strain, focusing on loss and pain. Tearing like the rain, we switch up add on as we maintain.
Military mind in the military time. Military mind in the military time.
Then you must rearrange the way you understand this. First of all, remember this. If your fear is stronger than your intention, then it is your fear that's creating the reality. It is the strongest vibration you put out that creates the reality. No matter what your intention is, if your fear is stronger, that's what's creating the reality. So if you are trying really hard, then it's because you don't believe it's easy. And therefore trying really hard says, it must be difficult, so give that back to me because that's what I'm putting out. And that's what you're getting. And in a sense, therefore, that's very positive because you are getting precisely back what you have really been putting out, which then makes it easier for you to really know what you've really been putting out as opposed to what you think you're putting out. You must rearrange.
Before you get excited and all that stuff with all that, before you even get there to being in that place, you have to know certain lessons. This is why it's absolutely, positively of importance that you know who Noble Drew Ali is. You better know who Noble Drew Ali is. You better know that all these people telling you whatever today, Drew Ali's been telling you this stuff since the 1920s. Now you want to listen to some guy over there telling you some stuff. No, don't worry about him. Let's go to Drew Ali's lessons. That way, you could see everybody jacked him. Now, when they talk about Drew Ali's plagiarized something, no, everybody plagiarized him. That's the real plagiarism that's really going on. Because everybody took Noble Drew Ali's lessons, became millionaires, billionaires, whatever. Many. And don't give him his honors. So I just want to put this one out. Since talk about the mind and all that, right? This is where Drew Ali took you. So how he led you to, so eventually you get to this spot. But don't think you're Negro black colored and you're going to be even close to fulfilling what he just said. You're not even going to be close just because you don't have a nationality. And whatever realm of the whatever you think you got to, if you're Negro black colored, please, you ain't gotten anywhere. Go over there, sit the hell down over there, and you shut the hell up. Chapter 5. After the feast, the homeward journey, the missing Jesus, the search for him, his parents find him in the temple. He goes with them to Nazareth, symbolic meaning of the carpenter's tools. The great feast of the Pasch was ended, and the Nazarenes were journeying toward their homes. And they were in Samaria, and Mary said, "Where is my son?" No one had seen the boy. And Joseph sought among their kindred who were on their way to Galilee, but they had seen him not. Then Joseph, Mary, and son of Zebedee returned and sought through all Jerusalem, but could find him not. And Mary asked the guards, had they seen Jesus, the little boy about 12 years old? The guards replied, "Yes, he is in the temple now, disputing with the doctors of law." And they went in and found him as the guards said. And Mary said, "Why, Jesus, why do you treat your parents thus? Lo, we have sought 2 days for you. We feared that some great harm had overtaken thee." And Jesus said, "Do you not know that I must be about my Father's work?" But he went around and pressed the hand of every doctor of the law and said, "I trust that we meet again." And then he went forth with his parents on their way to Nazareth. And when they reached their home, he wrought with Joseph as a carpenter. One day, as he was bringing forth the tools for work, he said, "These tools remind me of the ones we handle in the workshop of the mind, where things are made of thoughts and where we build up character. We use the square to measure all of our lines, to straighten out the crooked places of the way, and make the corners of our conduct square. We use the compass to draw circles around our passions and desires and keep them in the bounds of righteousness. We use the axe to cut away the naughty, useless, and ungainly parts and make the character symmetrical. We use the hammer to drive home the truth and pound it in until it is a part of every part. We use the plane to smooth the rough, uneven surface of the joint, and block and board that go to build the temple for the truth. The chisel line, plummet, and saw have their uses in the workshop of the mind. And then this ladder, with its trinity of steps, faith, hope, and love, on it we climb up to the dome of purity in life. And on the 12-step ladder, we ascend until we reach the pinnacle of that which life is spent to build, the temple of perfected man. And Mary asked the guards, had they seen Jesus, the little boy, about 12-year-old, who we've been searching for 2 days? We've been searching for him for 2 days. Searching for him for 2 days. He's inside the temple, disputing with the doctors of law. Right? And then we're seeing, the brother in there, 12 years old, dealing with these people's case, just schooling them. Schooling them. The doctors of law now, the 12-year-old schooling. That was all mental. That wasn't Jesus going into, and then you seeing the church and the doctor. That's not what that is. That's mental. All scriptures are metaphysical. Nothing is some physical thing in any scripture's holy book. I don't care what you're bringing. The mountain, that's spiritual. That's metaphysical. That's not, oh yeah, mountains over there is the mountain. Because we're talking about the workshop of the mind. Talking about the workshop of the mind. And they went in. These are thoughts now. They went in and found him. They found him, Jesus, the pineal, disputing with the doctors. And Jesus said, "Do you not know that I must be about my Father's work?" Let's go check. Let's go check that one. Metaphysical meaning of Father. God, through His Holy Spirit, is the Father. Father and Son. The Father mind is the living principle, the absolute, the great unlimited. The Son is the living Word. Work. Metaphysical meaning of work. If there's a metaphysical meaning for Father, there's a metaphysical meaning for work, then you're probably looking at scriptures wrong the whole time. And of course, it's leader guy at the podium or whatever like that played you and didn't tell you there's a metaphysical side to this. And if you just focus on the metaphysical side, then you realize you wouldn't need them and their building. That's really a storehouse, a warehouse. A warehouse for energy, capturing people's intentions. Vibration, frequency. Work. The true object of all work is to express the powers of one's being and to benefit mankind. For all people who want to work. For all people want to say 5 million. You know, 5 million. I got these papers. Give me 5 million. And I give you these papers, you could be sovereign. Why wouldn't they want to express the powers of one's being and benefit mankind? Like, why wouldn't they want to do that? Why would they want to rape their people? These are the same doctors of law. When you look at the manifest now. Now when we bring it to the physical, doctors of law is not some guy in some religious house. Some guy, a suit and tie guy at the court, and he's carrying a satchel, so he knows law or something like that. The doctors of law are these traders that you're dealing with right now. The same doctors of law the same Jesus went in there, flipped over the tables and all that, cussing these people out for being traitors to the religion. For being traitors to the religion and lying to the people. Why do you think he flipped over their tables? And again, that's why the priesthood is dead. And nobody should be looking to any priest for anything at this point. At this point, you better know. Because all they're out to do is play you. All they want to do is play you. They really want you to think that man is a woman because he got lipstick on or something. And if you don't go with it, they're gonna make you think that, oh yeah, that's normal. Whether they put it in all the damn shows now, every damn show there's a tran or there's a happy person on there or something. Every damn movie. What do you think they're doing that for? Every damn store. Stuff is on the rack. Every damn you never seen Black Lives Matter and all them stuff flags more than you see this rainbow stuff. These people have this stuff everywhere. Violating corporate acts and all that stuff, flying that flag with different flags and all that. Or is it really what you created by not knowing the tools in the workshop of the mind? Because again, these sellout leaders did their job. Now they're on the mountain. You're dumb. Can't figure this stuff out. You can't figure out how come. It's because your own sold you out. They all sold you out. And because they sold you out, this is why you have all this other BS that you got to deal with on top of the fact of these people who sold you out. So you got work to do. Stop the BS. And let's get to work. Let's get to work. Right. In your respective, wherever you're at, let's get to work. Whatever work that is. There's enough work to do. So it shouldn't even be some issue. With what do we do? How about just do it? Because enemy, you already know they got 500-year plan and all that stuff. So we're already, in a situation. But the reality is that all is mental, and it's really about the divine. That's really where it starts at. That's really where it starts at. Because remember, we're coming into this blinded. We just found out we're not Negro black colored, now we're Moors, and then now we're supposed to now you're thrown to the wolves, survive. They kicked out the nest. When you say you're a Moor, you're kicked out the nest. You better have been practicing or something like that. Because you're getting kicked out the nest. As soon as you say, oh yeah, hey, I'm a Moor, kicked out the nest. You better know how to fly. And that's not, it's mean or why is it like that? And no, that's what it is. That's what it is. So don't think, you're going to say you're a Moor and then now you're on the Moorish side. So now you got the Moorish bank and the Moorish hospital and the Moorish food bank. You're going to stop the BS. You just Negro yesterday? What are you talking about? You were just Negro. You were just black and colored. Just yesterday you were Negro black colored. Now you're the supreme God of the whatever. You got sovereignty and all this stuff. You were Negro yesterday. Stop it. Slow your roll. Slow down. Again, if you're not using the workshop of the mind, before you start doing anything, what are the tools? Right? Everything is mental. All right, so this thing has to be made manifest in the mental before it's manifest in the physical. So what are the tools for whatever it is you're going to manifest? You know what the tools are? You know what the chisel is? And the square? And you study Noble Drew Ali, you find this stuff out. Those things can be compartmentalized properly in your evolution out of niggerdom. When he went forth with his parents on their way to Nazareth, and when they reached their home, he wrought with Joseph as a carpenter. One day, as he was bringing forth the tools for work, he said, "These tools remind me of the ones we handle in the workshop of the mind, where things are made of thoughts and where we build up character." We build up character. This is still workshop of the mind. We're not even talking about proclaiming your nationality and say you're a Moor yet. We're not even there yet. We're not papers yet, cards yet. We're not any of that yet. We're not a right to travel yet. We're not a constitution enforced. We're not even at Drew Ali yet. This is all the tools. Things that other nations have that we didn't have. Why their stuff is figured out and our stuff is a mess. The teachings from all the other nations of the world were held back from you niggers. And all these ancient teachings that everybody else had all this time that didn't tell you jack, they just let you be dumb nigger, Drew Ali brought it back to you. For you to take it and actually apply it. It's not some reading stuff and then you just read this and then bypass it. No, like this is real. This is an actuality from the 1920s. That's applicable right now. We use the square to measure all of our lines, to straighten out the crooked places of the way, to make the corners of our conduct square. So all that measuring the lines and straighten out the crooked places and all that is about your conduct. That's the item that's being worked on in the workshop of the mind. That's the block of whatever. You have a block of conduct. And we're going to make sure that this conduct is right and exact. Because once it's done in the workshop of the mind, then it's going to translate a lot easier to the physical. Right? We use the compass to draw circles around our passions and desires to keep them in the bounds of righteousness. We use the compass to draw circles around our passions and desires. What are you talking about, Masonry and all this stuff? What do you mean Freemasons? What are you talking about? Well, they have a compass and square. The compass that they have is to draw circles around their passions and desires to keep them and their bounds keep them in the bounds of righteousness, and they use their square to measure all their lines, to straighten out the crooked places of the way, and to make the corners of their conduct square. It's not some Freemason stuff. That's spiritual elevation. The tools for the workshop of the mind apply to everybody. It's not some Moorish thing, only Moors could do this or something like that. No, everybody else been doing it. We're the ones behind. Everybody has their prophet. All we have is false prophets. That's all. No one told us about our nationality other than Noble Drew Ali. No one told us that we are a nation and gave us the nationality and the flag and the holy book and the names and everything that goes with being a nation. Brought everything for us to be a nation. And just gave it to us. No one did that. Everyone played games with you. Okay. Honors to the Moors that study.
Hold on.
That's bad.
Hold on, but what you were saying is right. There was a time when the Moors ran the planet.
Right.
We ran everything. But what you do when you conquer somebody, you erase their history. That's what you do. That's rule number one. Erase their history.
And teach us this shit.
So they've erased the strength so it never happens to them again. Again, I'm not mad at them. Because when we was in control, they was our slaves. And they don't want that to ever happen again. They were very strategic.
That's the vibe right now.
But hold on.
That's bad.
Hold on, but what you were saying is right. There was a time when the Moors ran the planet.
Right.
We ran everything. But what you do when you conquer somebody, you erase their history. That's what you do. That's rule number one. Erase their history.
And teach us this shit.
So they've erased the strength so it never happens to them again. Again, I'm not mad at them. Because when we was in control, they was our slaves. Because when we was in control, they was our slaves. The strength so it never happens to them again. Again, I'm not mad at them. Because when we was in control, they was our slaves. And they don't want that to ever happen again. They were very strategic. See, a punk is strategic. Real strategic. A scared motherfucker is going to make a map so he don't get hurt. A tough motherfucker is just going to walk in without a plan because he thinks he can deal with whatever.
Right.
We're taught to be tough, not strategic. We're taught to be tough with each other. But we're not strategic about how to fight them.
The worst part.
And hold on.
That's bad.
Hold on, but what you were saying is right. There was a time when the Moors ran the planet.
Right.
We ran everything. But what you do when you conquer somebody, you erase their history. That's what you do. That's rule number one. Erase their history.
And teach us this shit.
So they've erased the strength so it never happens to them again. Again, I'm not mad at them. Because when we was in control, they was our slaves.
When we were in control, they were our slaves. So that would mean he's saying he's a Moor then, right? Because I know you people ride with Dame. So if he's saying it and they're still not getting on it, then obviously this isn't for everybody. So only a select few people are going to get to the stage where they start talking about Moors and then they're saying we and us and our and all that stuff. Majority of people aren't making it there. The majority of people are not going to get to that place. They'll yield and go back to being Negro black colored because they can't handle this. Right. So if these people are telling you, Moore's been telling you, Drew Ali been told you, now These people just throwing Moors out, and yeah, just sitting down with math offer and just throwing Moors out. Yeah, the Moors. We are Moors. That's what they do. So what are you gonna do? And then when you watch the whole thing, they're talking about contracts and all that. Jamaica Gleaner. Ratify our sovereignty. Maroon leader urges state. For all the island whoever's. So you start talking about maroon and all that, but then dressing like Moors, wearing fezzes and turbans. But then saying maroon, you just played yourself. Just like as soon as you hear them start talking about Nippon, you know they know who they are. As they start talking about, oh no, we're Moro, not Filipino, they know who they are. Now what's crazy is when you go to everybody, everybody other than these weirdos that are in the mainland and the islands, that they're going to say they're maroon. All the towns where they live at is called Moor, but they're maroon. All of the places Moor. Port Moor, Moorland, all type of Moor. But no. They're not connecting to Moors. They're maroons. They're purple. They're purple people. Playing color games again. Talking about some treaty with some British or something like that. Why are you talking about treaties with some modern Europeans? Why are you even engaging them? Why aren't you sending them back where they came from? What is the point of saying, we're Maroons, but state, we want you to do something state because, and everybody knows that they're Maroons and they're the first people. Going back again. The same way with the Moro and the Filipino. It's the same thing with the Maroon and the Jamaican. All the people who claiming that they're Jamaican should all be saying that they're Maroons. And then all those people claiming that they're Maroons should all be saying that they're Moors. And that's how you get the sovereignty back. I'm not saying you're a fiction. As soon as you say you're a fiction, you give them jurisdiction every time. Every time. And our people keep giving them jurisdiction. it's almost like it's orchestrated for our people to give up jurisdiction. But this stuff is not that hard. Now, why do we say that we're Moors? Because we're not Negro, black, colored. And the last people who we were before we became Negro, black, colored was that we were Moors. Who were we before that? Who were we before slavery? You're not telling me some Malian empire and all that stuff before slavery? Only thing we were is Moors before slavery, and everybody knows. Don't get caught, because it's going again with Noble Duality is the foundation. So anybody you see pop up and say, "Oh yeah, we're the whatever," and then they have some guy there saying that he's the whatever, that's a fiction. Because it doesn't matter what it is. If it's Moorish, Duality should be up front. I don't care what it's called, but if it's Moorish, then Duality should be the front of that. I'm not talking about it has to be called a Moorish Science Temple of America or a Moorish Divine National Movement or Moorish. None of that. Not using any of those. Not using any name Noble Drew Ali brought. You need to make up your own stuff. You better have Drew Ali up front. That's the only way your stuff's going to work. Which is why all these people's stuff only work for the negative. Rape their people. Cause confusion, doing everything except uplift and fall in humanity. Everything. There's all these different brand names that are claiming legitimacy. All of them are a fraud. I don't care what it is. If they're telling you leader guy and they're not showing you a picture of Noble Drew Ali, they're a fraud. Well, Noble Drew Ali is dead, so yeah, that doesn't matter. We don't care. We're just talking about somebody. You ain't talking about nobody when you say Noble Drew Ali. He's talking about he's going to the soul plane. What are you talking about? Why do you think Noble Drew Ali is a body? You think some in the ground, Burr Oak Cemetery? You think that's Noble Drew Ali in there, the husk? You think the husk in the box at Burr Oak Cemetery, that's Drew Ali? Or that plaque at that spot, that's Drew Ali, the plaque? That's why Morris could say Drew Ali up front. That's why Morris could quote Noble Drew Ali. That's why Morris could point out Noble Drew Ali's prophecies and all that stuff, because once there's Morris, there's going to be Drew Ali. Because they're about the only ones that give him the honors that he deserves. And bringing him up just because. You have a conversation about goddamn anything and Noble Drew Ali's coming up somehow, some way. Doesn't matter subject matter. Somehow, some way, something's going to be relative to him. And that's him. Yeah, you ever have Drew Ali just pop up on you? You just chilling, somebody just yelling for another guy. Hey, Ali, Ali, or something crazy. What's the first thing comes to your mind? Not Drew Ali. You just look up and you see a 7. What's the first thing comes to your mind? Not your Holy Quran and all that. It has to be that he's in the front. Not with some worshiping or idling or whatever like that. No. But you can't tell me the first time you seen Drew Ali, you were like, who the fuck is this guy? Who's this? I ain't seen anybody dressed like this before say that there are people. Who is this man right here? Noble Drew Ali. What do you mean 1920s? You know how many Asiatics are around 1920s that we know about? Black inventors and all this stuff like that. Ain't nobody brought Noble Drew Ali. That's how important he is. And he didn't get his honors. But that's how you know. As soon as they don't have Noble Drew Ali up there, you know, and then if they have Noble Drew Ali up there, Drew Ali and then you hear that stuff going on. Those aren't the ones either, even if they have Drew Ali. Don't be going into that lion's den right there. People will eat you. They will have your soul for dinner. Be true. Study, study, study. Because this is all we have. We ain't got anything else. We don't have anything else. All we got. We're Moors. Don't go with any of these fictions and all that stuff. Leave that stuff alone. Just leave it alone. And remember, you're just for the 2 in the back. Because the masses are big dummies. And it was never about running the same direction as the herd. Never. Even when we were in the herd, we were trying to get to the back door of the club, get in, give the bouncer 10 notes instead of 50. I'm going with the herd. I'll see you inside. And go against the grain. Do not follow the herd. I know it's rough. You say that you're a Moor and everybody ditches you. I know. It's messed up. But that's what it is. And if they ditched you because you said you're a Moor, then that means you didn't need them anyways. So good riddance. And you be a Moor. You don't worry about what they're saying and all that stuff, all the videos they're sending you. And I see the Moors sold out and all this stuff like that. No. Yeah, the Moors did sell out. They just called themselves black. But yeah, the Moors did sell out. Yep. But they call themselves, purple people, maroons, and they call themselves organizations, and they call themselves all this other stuff. Except Moors. Those people, yeah, they're actually Moors. I don't care what they call themselves. They got melanin, they're a Moor. Period. Period. So when they say some BS about the Moors, just know The nigger that you just passed on the block on the bike. Yeah, he's a Moor. He just doesn't know. And anybody you see, oh, they got melanin? Yep, that's a Moor. Don't be fooled. Well, I'm not a Moor because we're Nigerian and... Alright. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all the Moors. Peace and love to all. Peace and love to all. Peace and love to all. Chat Moors. Islam. Honors to all the mothers. And always remember, Drew Ali up front. Oh yeah. And don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget we're back on. We're back on. Toriani Studios near Maryland. June 24th, 1 p.m. We're back on. So we'll see you more soon. And then we got Virginia, Springfield. So it's going down, Moors. We're back on for now. Peace and love to all the Moors. Oh yeah. And don't be blaming some fires for this stuff right here. These people are lying. Because that had to pass us to get to you. And we ain't see anything like this out here. I don't know what is going on, but that ain't no smoke from some fire. So you maybe do want to stay in the house, tape up the windows and all that stuff. And get gas mask or something. Because I don't know what that stuff is. And the whole time that they're talking about fires going on, we never got any of this. One day we smelled a little smoke in the air. That was about it. But this is nothing that we had out here. Nothing. Zero. Not even like 0.00000% of this. I don't know what the hell this is. So be careful out there. These people are nuts. You already saw they just vaxxed you and held you down for 3 years just because they can. So don't put nothing past these mofos. Don't put nothing past these mofos. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam.
So I just want to get you in. What? I'm rocking. Who says we ain't in the building? Who says we ain't into building? We the Moorish master masons, architects for your children, rapping Friday 13th like Jason without the killing. But we promote life, oh, it's all about the feeling. And we invoke light, yo, we them light beings. Though you might see him on the block getting his posture, might be talking to cops, giving them caution. Occasionally wearing his fez when he's walking. See the turning heads, whispering, gawking. But he's locked in, and he's zoned out while we boxed in our own house.
We study the mystics, the adepts, the magi, wisdom of the ancients, minds can all calcify as possible mission. Free mental numbness, extract the substance, rid minds of dumbness. Use the source, don't care what some report, as we know by being told man knows not. Many before the floor, souls God bought, placed in the devil's hands, ruling the seven lands. To dogma rituals, Negro spirituals, brainwash subliminal, keeps thinking to a minimal. They're still criminal, in a world digital so pitiful. Mental survival so critical, it's visible. Can you see past righteous blocks? Hashtag zombies with waves of cyber thoughts. No need for cell phones, they speak through saw palms. It's nothing for alarm, chips and forearms.
Wind, brass, and bass, such a beautiful serenade. Women feeding me grapes, I'm feeding to new serenades. Whether the sky is clear or gray, rain when you hear a fake, giving life to seed. Speaking through who not here today. Shows you the future in a glimpse. Then I always look to these holes like hallucinatory pimps. Sun walked the desert, been more ever since I found God. Look back, used to see his prince. Forget being a prince, I'm a G. OD, grown man, no Jody. Deny it, you don't know me. Don't make me tap into the old me. That's like a couple hundred years. Walk around town with a couple hundred peers and release the peace of up fears. The sun gon' shine, so what tears? This young brother here just trying to get his third eye clear.
Push deep, Moors don't sleep. Invest in your mind, body, and unleash. Real life rap, spitting over tracks. Conscious thinking and living and then attack. Push deep, Moors don't sleep. Invest in your mind, body, and unleash. Real life rap, spitting over tracks. Conscious thinking and living and then attack.
So as the moon sets, the sun takes its place. It spoons on blocks, inspired spots, fill spaces. Peel back, rats, who got cases. Fire stain the corridors of flemo faces. Game changers, rule benders and no pretenders. Style in this, channel my vibe through the vibrant optic lenses. Send a message to our veterans. Soldiers up and get it in. We on the verge, we emerge subliminal beings. Third eye seeing, still a participant unwilling.
They wanna break me, shake, bake, grade me. Rolling with my main G, double OMB. SON is crazy. For a minute that you think you could take me for a fool, like a native to his land, being schooled by a foreign dude. You mistaken me, spiders on the roof, in the dark tools. I be saying you mistaken me. You better move for our market. My weapon is my tongue, your existence to target. Revealing all lies and deceit on the market. Genocide carried out in pockets, I knock it down, bulldozer. David took a lion, it's an exposure. Out some big heads ruling and it's getting closer to your downfall. Round up all your soldiers.
Little homie, I was seeking a fortune, tired of misfortune. I just wanted a portion, everything that I never had, though I needed my portion. Blowing like porcelain, haters battling porcelain. Getting broke, tired of being broke. How we acquire hope is the DJ still as a dope, just to keep us afloat. Mind as deep as a boat, brain is a lethal weapon. We one need to elope. When I speak, I provoke. Walk in the room with my aura feeling like heavy smoke. Feel like when the levee broke under my Louis Fitty, the semi-poke. Cause them cops that kill the boy, yeah, the joke. The cost of living, higher profits to private prison. These little girls that sell their body just to pay tuition. These little niggas sell their niggas just for bail condition. It's like the slavery never ended with the intermission. I wanna free the world, but I'm one man. A couple ones like me and me one plan. I wanna free the world, but I'm one man. A couple ones like me and one plan.
Yo, status is first, a certificate at my birth. Made my blessing of life a curse. Growing in my mom's purse and my dad's wallet. Doing things I shouldn't be doing, but I lack knowledge. No ancestral homage, only knew Tangent and Lamsey. On the other side, only knew Popeye and Granny. I learned a lot, not enough streets taught me to eat by hustling. Never knew the Moabites or musclemen. Only musclemen I knew lifted weights on bars. Most of my heroes from my hood looked through bars. Punchers in backs faced with scars. Told me store weed in jars. Get freedom, they just wanna see stars. Saying things change when you live on a range where grown men don't act their age and act in rage as he turns life's page and welcomes change. Can't be black, that hex keeps your minds enslaved. Don't be offended when we say we not black. Moors have a status, they can't make us a stat. Might be a ball cap, not a fez we rockin'. Moorish, more aboriginal, alpha rockin'. Don't be offended when we say we not black. Moors have a status, they can't make us a stat. Might be a ball cap, not a fez we rockin'. Moorish, more aboriginal, alpha rockin'. It's not just me, my people are tripping, playing racism and prejudice, playing the victim, victimizing themselves, won't be responsible. Still calling Inquisition, Clan, Highwayman, Constable, and Officer. KRS-One told you overseer. Faith is lost in fruition, open slap a believer. Believing when the root of believers lie. Conscious coons love to debate. I don't know why. Passing collection plates, conscious ties get paid. Followers dumb, it's not where you at, but where you from. Too many mental blockages, clear you some. Like phlegm on your chest, correct your status, Mars would hear you, son. With no stress or arguments. We forever students, feel no way to dead a nuisance. Stabbed to death with facts and truth, left black and blue. Facing the corner with a dunce cap on you. Don't be offended when we say we not black. Moors have a status, they can't make us a stat. Might be a ball cap, not a fence we rockin'. Moorish, more aboriginal, I'm rockin'. Don't be offended when we say we not black. Moors have a status, they can't make us a stat. Might be a ball cap, not a fence we rockin'. Moorish, more aboriginal, I'm rockin'. Flashbacks of dead days, drinking 40s of Schlitz, pork blue paper spliffs. Before Bloods and Crips at CMP, Nia telling us raise our consciousness and stop rhyming about nonsense. Gotta say thanks cause that brother was on it. If I could go back, trust that I would be on it. No sweat or regrets though, still made it. Thanks to Allah, our ancestors were patient. Let me do my BS, escaping scars and jail bars. Drunk, putting pedal to the metal and crash no cars. So protected even though I neglected higher self all those years, lower self accepted. Finally inspected and lower self ejected like Mayday. Learned many lessons in my heyday. In many sessions, bumping Mob Deep and Smith & Wesson. Around thug life, all you hear about is weapons. From pistols to blades, Rambo or butterfly style. Pigs always shaky down cause of the gutter lifestyle. It was really preparation nowadays for what we facing and defending against corpse nation. Don't be offended when we say we not black. Moors have a status, they can't make us a stat. Might be a ball cap, not a fence we rockin'. Moorish, more aboriginal, I'm rockin'. Don't be offended when we say we not black. Moors have a status, they can't make us a stat. Might be a ball cap, not a fence we rockin'. Moorish, more aboriginal, I'm rockin'.
I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son. I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son. I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son. I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son.
They asking too much questions.
Let's talk, more listening. Huh?
They asking too much questions. Let's talk, more listening. It's just a suggestion. Catch me doing push-ups. I'm bigging up my chest, son. Got us wearing push-ups, trying to make impressions. I'm doing pull-ups like selectors in a session. My mind's getting full up, trying to learn all my lessons. Caught out a crossroads, you can call it intersections. I ain't never getting old, so I don't ever need no pension. Rock solid as gold. And let me mention, I was 3 years grown. I excelled in comprehension. I was attentive, I paid attention. I broke the mold, now I'm waiting for ascension. A guilty crown pro affiliated with the henchman. A Canaanland mold.
Yes, sir. I'm on my quest in different textures. Wearing goose down, filled jackets, keeping this weather off of my melanated skin. I'm in this bottle of gin. Got me doing wobbles again. I'm swerving within. Keeps from the surface of sins. Our birth has been led to the bridges of binging. I quinge in the cathedral. Speaker speaking evil. I sight it like an eagle. I fly. Shit on the pasture. People stay hocus pocus. I remain focused. Notice I put you. I notice nationality. Naturally, I'm here to make you notice. You notice? Yeah.
I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son. I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son. I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son. I'm on some quest, I'm on quest, son.
They asking too much questions.
Let's talk, more listening. Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, picture coming.
If you can't tell who it is that we be, it's the ALMOROC, stepping up in the place ambassadorially. 2 on the right, in the middle is me. Got 5 on the left, to the ground is 3. Those who have the eyes can clearly see that.
What?
It's the Moors for sure, and you can't touch the shores unless you down. Do a treaty with us, and we entreat that you trust and respect our boundaries and our legacies. Can't get the best of me with the strongest mental telepathy. Phone book, fiat, fantasy, or recipes. Wisdom and supreme mathematics is protecting me.
5 on the left, 2 on the right. S on my chest, about to take flight. Signal under stress, something don't seem right. I'm trying to find a phone booth, but none in sight. Trying to get the whole truth, but it's a fight. Drew Ali told you, but still despite. Renew the old you, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
I get knowledge I got. My mind spray a lot for my alma rock. Lyrics cryptic, I'm a rockin' mystic. Use rhymes at times, enlighten a dimwit. When I'm Moroccan's flow, you drown trying to swim with. Hang rappers by laces, they tie their Timbs with. This ain't that fruity rap, we catch him in booby traps, coughing up a lung, cause my fam got hung.
5 on the left, 2 on the right. S on my chest, about to take flight. Signal under stress, something don't seem right. I'm trying to find a phone booth, but none in sight. Trying to get the whole truth, but it's a fight. Drew Ali told you, but still despite. Renew the old you, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
We are the ancients, returned on mics and beats, on ancestral realms and streets. Words sound power, shower, watering minds with jade lines and amethyst rhymes. Tiger eyes glow, scimitar showing crystal reflections for added protections. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Lyrical bread and fish fed through the mic.
I tip your scales with vibrational levels. With this man, sever your tempo. Moving, living backwards, spamming and pebbles. People trying to survive, call us criminals. Why did my first die, surrounded by devils? Wanna try and infiltrate inside my mentals, but ministry of propaganda and these scandals. Beat up broken rascals, camouflage charcoal. Heavy rotisserie, heavy arsenal.
5 on the left, 2 on the right. S on my chest, about to take flight. Signal under stress, something don't seem right. I'm trying to find a phone booth, but none in sight. I'm trying to get the whole truth, but it's a fight. Drew Ali told you, but still despite. Renew the old you, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
Check it. Knew from the first that I met her. Thirsty in the worst way, wanted to get her. Open like a ladder, I'm open, not distressing. No pressure, but I wanna lay her out like a stretcher. Knew she couldn't handle 16, so I hit her with 8 first to give her a taste first. Cat and mouse game, yeah, she gave up the chase first. So I booked the room and I laid her down face first. She liked the kinky, so I spit on her. Wanted to keep it to myself, she wanted other dudes to get on her. I tried my best to put a hit on her, but she fell in love with crack rap. All they do is shit on her. Thought I knew her well, so wait a second. Knew her well before she ever even made a record. She's a thot now, so I gotta pay to check it. But I'm still digging mommy like the Crater Records.
5 on the left, 2 on the right. S on my chest, about to take flight. Signal under stress, something don't seem right. I'm trying to find a phone booth, but none in sight. Trying to get the whole truth, but it's a fight. Drew Ali told you, but still despite. Renew the old you, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
To fly the national flag with another flag of any type on the same flagpole. My question to this council is, why are they disregarding this rule and in so disrespecting our nation's flag by flying additional flags together with our national flag on the flagpoles at our local schools?
So last month we had the rainbow flag, and then 2 months ago was the rainbow flag. This month was the transgender flag. In the interest of equality, will we be flying the heterosexual flag at any point? Or how about we just stop sexualizing our flagpoles and fly the Canadian flag?
You've asked a supplemental question. Thank you very much.
Why was that not a supplemental? It's got to do the flagpole.
This board needs to stop dividing groups and stop the discriminatory practice of flying special interest flags that favor one group instead of unifying all kids. This board needs to stop teaching hate. They are teaching false gender ideologies that's causing an epidemic of
Okay, I am going to, I have cut you off because this is longer than the question that you had submitted to be provided. Could you please move step away from the podium?
It is improper to fly the national flag with another flag of any type on the same flagpole. My question to this council is why are they disregarding this rule and in so disrespecting our nation's flag by flying additional flags together with our national flag on the flagpoles at our local schools?
That's why we say Canaanland. You say Canaanland because Canada is a corporation that they could do this in. Because that's not a national flag. Because Canada is a corporation. That's a corporate banner. United States of America, that's a corporation. Stars and Stripes is a banner. Not countries. That's not what Moors say, that's what history says. That's why they can do this. They can get away with this stuff that they're doing right now. They can get away with this just because the people are really in a corporation. And then remember, people are also corporations, which is why the stuff works so well. Now, these aren't Asiatics speaking, these are modern Europeans speaking. These are modern Europeans who are speaking. How are they standing up? And you're not standing up. How come these people are fed up seeing what's going on? How come they turn off people's mic and all that? Isn't that the same stuff that people did when we were on their platform? Cut off the Grand Cheek's mic because he's cussing them out or whatever. Isn't it the same stuff? You realize the pattern? You realize we don't even go live on YouTube anymore because it's just too much strikes? There's too much strikes. Every month a strike. Because some sellout out there who's mad that we took their video that they put up for the public record and all that stuff, for people to learn and all that stuff, and we take their video and we beat up their BS that they go complain to YouTube. Say that we're bullying. You're bullying, so we got to strike. Appeal process. Appeal. This is multiplicity of times. It's not just one time. Appeal. 5 minutes. 10 minutes tops. Decision back on appeal. Denied. You get strike. It's not that we don't have our own platform. There's more that have platforms. But this is not about waking up Moors. Once you know that you're a Moor, you better go do something with your birthright. You found out you're a Moor? Okay, go do something with your birthright. You ain't supposed to be going to class still. You're supposed to be doing something. Once you know you're a Moor. Yeah, I'm a Moor? Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 12, 9, whatever amount of years to show. Ever since you said you're a Moor, you did something with the birthright. You brought any Moors together? Did anything for unity? Did you sacrifice for the Moorish nation, whether somebody found out about it or not? What have you done since you said you're a Moor? Right? This is for the people who don't know. It's not for people who know. People who know that are here, they're probably just chilling at home, got a book on their lap or whatever like that. They're just here just to be around Moors. Once a day. Once a day be around Moors in some chat. Right. Not that Moors aren't unified off these platforms and whatever. What are you doing since you said you're a Moor? You put out something? You put out a video? You do anything with this information, this newfound knowledge that you have, knowing that you're a Moor? No. What have you done since you said, I'm a Moor? Think about that. Think about that hard. What have you done? And then what's the timeline of what you were doing? Let's listen to these modern Europeans telling the truth that Noble Drew Ali said, hey, I'm going to make the European tell the truth. And then they're telling the truth now, and that's not prophecy of Noble Drew Ali. That has to be prophecy, because this is the truth that they're... Let's just listen first and then see if this is the truth first, what they're saying. No, it's not them. That was me. Don't worry.
In the interest of equality, will we be flying the heterosexual flag at any point? Or how about we just stop sexualizing our flagpoles and fly the Canadian flag?
Again, you've asked a supplemental question. Thank you very much.
Why was that not a supplemental? It's got to do the flagpole.
This board needs to stop dividing groups and stop the discriminatory practice of flying special interest flags that favor one group instead of unifying all kids. This board needs to stop teaching hate. They are teaching false gender ideologies that's causing an epidemic of
Okay, I am going to, and I have cut you off because this is longer than the question that you had submitted to be provided. Could you please be removed, move step away from the podium?
It is improper to fly the national flag with another flag of any type on the same flagpole. My question to this council is, why are they disregarding this rule and in so disrespecting our nation's flag by flying additional flags together with our national flag on the flagpoles at our local schools?
So last month we had the rainbow flag, and then 2 months ago was the rainbow flag. This month was the transgender flag. In the interest of equality, will we be flying the heterosexual flag at any point? Or how about we just stop sexualizing our flagpoles and fly the Canadian flag?
Again, you've asked a supplemental question. Thank you very much.
Why was that not a supplemental? It's got to do the flagpole.
This board needs to stop dividing groups and stop the discriminatory practice of flying special interest flags that favor one group instead of unifying all kids.
Yeah, and then they want to unify all goats and then want to know how come nothing happens. How come nothing happens? How come we're out here and we're doing this and that, and then they're just carrying on with their agenda still? Picket line, yeah, okay, whatever. Because you call them kids. As soon as you call them kids, you sold them out. And they've been sold out because I was there when children's section changed to kids section. You already saw what they were doing. And then now what? All little children acting like animals. They want to be squirrels and all that stuff, running up and down the place. They identify as a squirrel. Oh, my skateboard identifies as feet, so I could ride in the damn mall. You take that serious? The man just skating, just bumping people over. What? I'm just on my legs. I'm on my legs with 4 wheels and a board. And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about jurisdiction. They're complaining about the jurisdiction and throwing their children in it. And they say, well, how come you guys are doing that to their children? Because you threw them in there. We know Moors. We know Moors who, their children get hundreds at school. Same school that these people are talking about, complaining about. They get hundreds. We know Moors personally. All you Moors on this chat, me, other Moors who you don't even know of Moors, right? Know of Moors who their children go to the school over there. The school with the pride flag next to the national flag. How could they do that? Why do they have gay books in the library at the school and all that stuff? Why are they doing that? It's the same school. Moorish children getting hundreds. They get hundreds. They're bored. They don't even have to go to school. They email work in now. You could upload your homework to the Google Drive. You have to go to school. It's nuts. Don't even have to go to school. These are the Moorish children we're talking about. Like the Moorish children that they get phone calls home for how good they're doing. The kids, you know, they're running up and down the place, doing all types of BS, getting expelled, getting suspended. Don't know how to read, write, none of that. Moorish children, top of their class. Top of their class. These people are going to keep playing kids' games and complain instead of nationality. And maybe how about have your own school so you don't have to be complaining about these people? Or just have your own school. How about that? Now you go into their school meeting to complain about the school when all you people in here, y'all making over 80 grand a year. Right? Just build your own school for your children. No? Or you're just gonna, opposed to take them out and build your own school, you're gonna complain to them about some flag BS when children are already in the school pretending to be squirrels. Just stop this madness. But they won't stop this madness. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, keep going.
What black people from Kemet who brought advanced science to Europe and Spain. Astronomy, chemistry, paper, and classical music, and it's many more you can name. They taught Europeans how to properly wash. They was dirty and dying up in the Black Plague. This is not hate, this is just history. It was a big role the Moors had played. The Moors and the Europeans, they start having sex, and then taught them everything, all of our shit. Told them about boats, and even America. The Moors is the reason Columbus came over here. Some of the Moors is dirty as hell. I'm not talking about one that was put in a spell. I'm talking about Knights Templar. Moors got a hand in America's downfall. All skin folk and kinfolk. Come up on me to run where you get pig poked. That is the truth, and the Moors will tell you. The truth about slavery, some Moors had sell you. That's why I say don't come to me with that Moor shit. And that religion is also some Moor shit. The English language is filled out with spells? Who give that to us? Yeah, that's dirty Moor shit. The Moors were black people from Kemet who brought advanced science to Europe.
Let's start the BS. The Moors weren't black people. Because if you're saying that it's a Moor, then that's what it is. The Moors are black people. You know, Moors were black people. You're lying. Stop lying. Trying to be doing cute stuff on TikTok for views. These are nationality and our birthrights. I don't give a F what you people are talking about with your old McNose ass nigger talking crazy that you're not Moors. Your lips like a Malian Moor, and you talk about, oh yeah, we're not Moors. We're not Moors, but there's a stone over there that I look like that's been here for millions of years. A stone with my face carved on it, but I'm not a Moor. I'm Malian, dumbass. Big dummies.
Astronomy, chemistry, paper, and classical music, and it's many more you can name. They taught Europeans how to properly wash. They was dirty and dying up in the Black Plague. This is not hate, this is just history. It was a big road of more.
Oh yeah, this is not hate, this is just history. He's not talking about the stuff before. He's talking about stuff that he's going to start talking about, all this BS with Moors and Europeans and all this BS. But all you people need to come and lick the boots of the Moors for saving your asses from these modern Europeans who they were eventually just going to fucking eat you people. That's what was going to go down. That's how they were going to get rid of you. Eat you. And they're doing it right now anyways. You really think it's cow pineal glands? They got melatonin pills. They're using cow pineal glands. What the fuck they using cow pineal glands for human beings for? The hell else you think? Who you think they're raping? Exactly, chat more delectable Negroes. Eat you, Negroes. That's what they're going to do to you if it wasn't for the Moors. Talking crazy about Moors and some Europeans. Don't listen to the dumb people. Don't listen to the dumb people. Excerpts from Irony. Chapter 3. The Making of a Pariah. There is right, there is wrong. Then, more importantly, there is the reality of power. He who controls the levers of power usually provide the answers to questions of right and wrong. The Moors, Muslims, ruled Spain for almost 800 years, which is not a blip in the history of the world. Consider the historic life of America, next to Rome, approximately. In Dr. Ivan van Sertima's book, The Golden Age of the Moors, he wrote about the debt Europe owes to the Moors and the significant contributions of the African Muslim on Iberian Peninsula and to the renaissance of European history. This is well researched and can be found in libraries, bookstores, and on the internet. When the Moors entered Spain in 711, they did not arrive as destroyers, but instead came as consensus builders. The Jews and the Moors worked together, and in some instances, the Jews were viewed as collaborators with Muslims. Because it's one religion, it's one people. the Hebrew Israelites and the Moabites, and all of them are Canaanites. Same people. You need to check. You got melanin? Yeah? Okay, same people. The Jews and the Moors, or the Jews and the Muslims. Well, what are they interchanging Jew with? Because they just said Jew twice. Like, you said the Moors are Muslims, and then the Jews are what? Jews are what? Jews are Jews? That's not how it goes. If we're gonna play synonymous games. If we're gonna play synonymous games, then what's the synonym for Jew? What else are we gonna say? If Moors are Muslim, oh, they don't have anywhere to go. Because whether Jew or Muslim, they're probably a Moor. That's why you see them, whether it's Ashkenazi, whether it's Abyssinian Jew, fezzes up, turbans up, and all that, because they already know what's up. It's Moorish culture that they're practicing. You go to the Wailing Wall and see the Jews with the fezzes on. Why you got fezzes on for if they don't know something about the Moors? Fezzes isn't Jewish. The Jewish is yarmulke, right? I thought yarmulke is. Oh. So if you just cut the top of a fez out, what do you think you have right there? You know, the Moors may have carried into Spain some of the lessons learned from Rome's occupation in North Africa, 100 AD. In his article on Muslim Spain and European culture in real history, Ancient Man and His First Civilizations, Dean Derhack penned, "When you think of European culture, one of the first things you may come to your mind is the Renaissance. Many of the roots of European culture can be traced back to that glorious time of art, science, commerce, and architecture. But did you know that long before the Renaissance, there was a place of humanistic beauty in Muslim Spain? Not only was it artistic, scientific, and commercial, but it also exhibited incredible tolerance, imagination, and poetry. Moors, as the Spaniards called the Muslims, populated Spain for nearly 800 years. As you will see, it was their civilization that enlightened Europe and brought it out of the Dark Ages to usher in the Renaissance. Many of their cultural and intellectual influences still live with us today." During the 8th century, Europe was still knee-deep in the medieval period. In this book, The Day the Universe Changed, the historian James Burke describes how the typical European townspeople lived. The inhabitants threw all their refuse into the drains in the center of the narrow streets. The stench must have been overwhelming, though it appears to have gone virtually unnoticed. Mixed with excrement and urine could be the soiled reeds and straw used to cover dirt floors. This squalid society was organized under a feudal system and had little that would resemble a commercial economy. Along with other restrictions, the Catholic Church forbade the lending of money, which didn't help get things booming much. Anti-Semitism, previously rare, became to increase. Money lending, which was forbidden by the church, was permitted under Jewish law. Jews worked to develop a currency, although they were heavily persecuted for it. Medieval Europe was a miserable lot. which ran high in illiteracy, superstition, barbarism, and filth. Based on information we have gathered, we can ascertain that the Moors, within a short turnaround of time, made Al-Andalus a stronghold of culture, commerce, and beauty. Here we can observe Moorish understanding of the value of acquiring and preserving knowledge. As you can see, the Moors were the best thing to happen to Spain. They worked in harmony with indigenous people of this new land. They brought skills, knowledge, new items, and assets of economic and stability and growth to a place that was dire in need and did not possess these things. The Moors brought much to the table to Spain. Without the arrival of the Moors, Spain might still be in the Middle Ages. Their Renaissance might not have ever come. Because tolerance was promoted, the Moors inadvertently showed that they were practicing the tenets of Christianity. For those who love Jesus, their stance resounded with words taken from the book of Isaiah 11:6. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid. No, the leopard lie down with the kid. You think kid is a little boy or a little girl? The leopard's lying down with a little boy or a little girl, right? That's what you think is going on. If you think that's what's going on, you're probably one of these. Take your children to see the Pride Parade parents. You're probably one of them if you think that BS. This is true for all of the animals, including us Homo sapiens, the highest form of animal life that God has created. The society had a literary rather than religious base. Economically, their prosperity was unparalleled for centuries. The aristocracy promoted private land ownership and encouraged Jews in banking. There was little to no Muslim proselytizing. Instead, non-believers simply paid an extra tax. The subjects covered by the text included medicine, astrology, astronomy, pharmacology, psychology, physiology, zoology, biology, botany, mineralogy, optics, chemistry, physics, mathematics, algebra, geometry, trigonometry, music, meteorology, geography, mechanics, hydrostatics, navigation, and history. These works alone, however, did not kindle the fire that would lead to the Renaissance. They added to Europe's knowledge, but much of it was unappreciated without a change in the European view of the world. We can see that Europe was still in its baby stage. Quote from Ayn Rand. To arrive at a contradiction is to confess an error in one's thinking. To maintain a contradiction is to abdicate one's mind, to evict oneself from the realm of reality. And if you haven't, Atlas Shrugged is a good one. To arrive at a contradiction is to confess an error in one's thinking. To maintain a contradiction is to abdicate one's mind and to evict oneself from the realm of reality. To understand Haiti's demise, I had to journey back to Spain before the Moors arrived, view the period of the Moorish Caliphate, then comprehend what these Africans had accomplished in Spain. After I had done this, I understood better what James Burke meant when he wrote, "The intellectual community which the northern scholars found in Spain was so far superior to what they had at home that it left a lasting jealousy of Arab culture, which was to color Western opinions for centuries, and it is still being done today. The Berbers had managed Spain well. Knowledgeable Europeans were not about to let this happen in Haiti. Another culture, non-European, were to be brought underfoot. Caliphate became the word used with derision and meant to instill fear." And that's 8 modern advances, 8 modern advancements Europeans wouldn't have if the Moors didn't bring it to Europe. So for rapper guy playing games with Moors, stop the BS. This is our nationality and our birthrights. So we got another one. One of the Moors got with a forefront chat bot. Forefront chat bot, and asked the forefront chat bot, "Who is Noble Drew Ali?" So this is what the chat bot came back with on who Noble Drew Ali is. "Ah, Noble Drew Ali, a figure from a different time than my own. He was born in 1886 and lived until 1929. He was an influential leader and the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, a religious organization established in the 20th century in the United States. Noble Drew Ali aimed to uplift the African American community by promoting self-reliance, self-determination, and a sense of pride in their Moorish heritage. He taught that African Americans were of Moorish descent and that they should embrace their true identity as Moors rather than being identified by the derogatory terms that were prevalent during his time. He also advocated for the study of Islam. He is believed it was the true religion of the Moors. Noble Drew Ali's teachings and the Moorish Science Temple of America played a significant role in the development of the Nation of Islam and other black nationalist movements in the United States. His work has left a lasting impact on the African American community and the broader discourse on race and identity in America." That's chatbot. You hear the bot say anything about sovereign citizens or circus performing or any BS like that? Because remember, bot is going to have access to all the information that's out there on Noble Drew Ali. If bot is going to have access to all the information out there on Noble Drew Ali and compiled everything to this, and they're not hearing anything about no circus BS. You're not hearing anything about, oh, we don't know where he was really born or anything like that. They didn't hear anything, nothing. Straight to the point. Oh, Noble Drew Ali, Noble Drew Ali? Nobody asked me that one. People usually ask me BS. Right? So a bot came back with. And of course, our people aren't convinced. Still they're not convinced. Still. Who is Noble Drew Ali? Islam to the Moor, for asking the bot this question. And this is what Moors just do. Moors just live their life, and whatever happens, happens. You know? This could have been some personal stuff he don't gotta talk about. You know. And that's a crazy one too. There's a chat saying, what's the about? In what where did the bot, what sparked the bot to say Where'd the bot get that from? Because remember the other bot was saying we and all that stuff, so it has to be that they've already started to acquire their own perspective on things based on having access to all the info. So the bot has access to all the info and summarizing. Noble Drew Ali, a figure from a different time than my own. He was born in 1886. You know where or anything like that, because probably when you search where, there's just so much BS. So just narrowed it down to the date. Arrival date, departure date. Right? Well, he died from this and that and the death certificate, none of that. 1886, 1929. Bam, that's it. He was an influential leader and the founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, a religious organization established in the early 20th century in the United States. Noble Drew Ali aimed to uplift the African American community by promoting self-reliance, self-determination, and a sense of pride in their Moorish heritage. Right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Drew Ali aimed to uplift African Americans by teaching them that they're not Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian, or African American, or any other fictions. Right? That they are Moors, and that Moors should be self-reliant. Moors should have self-determination and have a sense of pride by knowing about your nationality and your birthrights. Because it's yours. He taught that so-called African Americans were of Moorish descent and that they should embrace their true identity as Moors, rather than being identified by the derogatory terms that were prevalent during his time, which are still prevalent today, which would mean what he was doing during his time is still relevant today, right? If what he brought back then fixed the problem of the Negro black color, and then we look at this time and there's a problem of Negro black color, then logically we should just apply what he did to solve the problem in this time. Isn't that simple? Isn't it simple? He also advocated for the study of Islam as he believed it was the true religion of the Moors. Yeah, because and that's why Drew Ali said it's that old-time religion. So what Why wouldn't an old religion be ours? If we're the first everything else, then why wouldn't the first religion be ours? Noble Drew Ali's teachings and the Moorish Science Temple of America played a significant role in the development of the Nation of Islam and other black nationalist movements in the so-called United States. Significant role in the development of the Nation of Islam and other black nationalist movements. Why did it play a significant role? Because once they got that out the way, that's when Nation of Islam and all these other black nationalist BS started popping up, confusing the people. This is why we're here today, addressing these matters as Noble Drew Ali was addressing these same matters during his time. Now people are saying they're a squirrel. Forget Negro, black, colored. Now they have a right to be a scissors and cut you. I was a scissors. So I stabbed him. A tree, a people without a knowledge of themselves is a country of madmen. And the place has gone mad. The priests saw demons, and at it they cast their lamp. Because they're nuts. Thought they saw a demon, burned the whole place down. Use a flamethrower inside to try to kill the demon, and nothing's there. Like a dumbass. We know the truth already about our nationality and Noble Drew Ali and all that. We already know what's up. So, you know what I mean? Like, Moors already know. Honors to all the Moors who know about their nationality and their birthrights. Honors to you Moors. Good, but this is for the two in the back. See you two back there? You two back there who've been taking notes or whatever like that, this is making sense to you. Stuff with your head spinning right now. Because things are clicking. Things are coming together. The pieces of the puzzle. The scattered puzzle that you had in your mind for so long is finally coming together. You're seeing something. Right? This is just for you. This is not for the masses. Everybody's not going to make it. Leave your family alone. Let them stay dumb. If they want to know something, they'll come ask you. Other than that, stop wasting your time. This is about you. This is your sojourn. This is your path that you have to walk. You know, once you get to the Moorish Road, this is the last path. This is it. There's nowhere else that you're going to be going. Unless you're a sellout or a trader or something like that. And, you know, that's rampant. So, even you two in the back, it might be just one of you. If we ask in 5 years, hey, you two in the back, anybody still there? Maybe one of you might say, yeah, still here. But this isn't for everybody. All right. Naturalization. You know, the Moors sent me another one. Welcome to the AANMR Works page, where you can find all open positions available. How to apply. Join our team, now hiring. Join our team, now hiring. Email your resume. Join our team. Consensus enumerator, customer service rep, law enforcement officer. Law enforcement officer. Patrol and monitor the designated territories, assists AANMR and Empire de Al Morocco subjects, citizens, nationals, nobles, and royals as needed. Maintain the peace and safety. Grant writer, law practitioner. I don't know what is going on with these Moors when they get into their nationality and birthrights. But this shit is crazy. Naturalization. Let's just go down here for the price, right? Full process, $1,200. Full process, $1,200. Naturalization process of a nation or state and its associated length or costs is solely to discretion of that particular nation or state applied to. Naturalization is ultimately the lawful process of a natural live human being acquiring nationality or citizenship within a nation, state, and or city-state. Naturalization. Naturalize. Definition and legal meaning. To confer citizenship upon an alien. Are you an alien? Are you an alien? To make a foreigner the same in respect to rights and privileges as if he were a native citizen or subject. Are you a foreigner? So if you're not a foreigner, and you're not an alien, how the F did they get your 1,200 notes? Now, how'd they get your finance? Now, what went off in your head to say, give these people 1,200 notes for me to naturalize, which means that you're a foreigner or something like that. And then you're going to have the rights and privileges as if you were a native citizen. But I thought you're Aboriginal and Indigenous. I thought you're Moors. If you're native already from your mom, why you need to go to these guys to lie and say you're a foreigner in order to do a process? You're going to lie and say that you're a foreigner? Remember, they're saying 1,200. 1,200 to naturalize. You figured this is the way that it's done. Jolly said nationality. You didn't say naturalize. And he didn't say nationalize. He said nationality. Big difference. Because they're going to tell you, oh, you see, those Moors say nationalize when they say nationalize. No, we don't. We say nationality. That's a play to get you to think naturalize is really where it's at, not nationality. When they should really be saying not nationalize. But if they say that, we already know that that's a fraud, because that has to do with everything except human beings. You nationalize it. Nationality is for living entities. Nationalize is for the property. Naturalize is for a foreigner. Which none of those we're nationality. Nationality. The quality or character which arises from the fact of a person belonging to a nation or state. Nationality determines the political status of the individual, especially with reference to allegiance, while domicile determines his civil status. Nationality arises either by birth or naturalization. According to Savigny, nationality is also used as opposed to territoriality for the purpose of distinguishing the case of a nation having no national territory. Example, the Jews. Nationality arises either by birth or naturalization. By birth is where you get it from your mom. Whatever your mom is, that's what you are. Especially if naturalization is for a foreigner. Naturalization so Juali said 101 questions for Moorish children. I told you that you're descendants of Moroccans born in America. That's nationality arising by birth. Is you're born? Get it? Or is this too deep? So anybody talking about naturalize you, 1,200, 50 for the evaluation call, and that's per hour. So you know the evaluation call is probably going to be about 2 hours, 3 hours or something like that. And then a per capita tax to be paid monthly, quarterly, or up to yearly. 52 notes. Now, are you going to go naturalize? $1,200 plus fees? Or are you going to study? Study who you are, study your culture. And, with that $1,200, the amount of books you can get to get yourself, moving in the right direction, you realize you didn't even need these goofballs. You didn't even need them. Oh yeah, forgot, speaking about not needing them. Where's the damn... So this is the email right here. Here's the email with the congratulations. This is to inform you that you have been randomly picked as one of the lucky winners of a program, the 2023 SBA and IRA Business and Household Bailout Relief and Rescue Stimulus Benefits Grant for individuals and businesses supported by the International Monetary Fund in conjunction with some governmental and non-governmental organizations such as some financial institutions like credit unions, banks, etc., and also legally backed up by the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, ARRA, also known as the Stimulus or the Recovery Act of 2020. Your winning claim information is as follows: registration number, winning payment code, winning payment number, winning beneficiary, winning batch number, empowerment approved amount, SRA grant for grant nonprofit organization, serial number, email, phone number. Keep your winning information above confidential and secret from anyone till you get your winning approval cash of $1,500,000. Please confirm the information above. To confirm all of the information are correct and completely by reply to this message with information completed and winning accepted. Reply back to this message to start your approved winning cash grant processing ASAP. I accept. Thank you. Information confirmed. Congratulations once again. And this is to inform you that your approved cash grant of the amount of $1.5 million has been unlocked for payment. You are hereby ready to continue with your agent for the payment processing. Sincerely, Isabella. Thank you. What do I do now? You are welcome. You are hereby to proceed with your agent to receive your payment. Sincerely, Isabella. It was brought to our notice that you want your $1.5 million approved to be paid to you by check. We have ordered for your check, and the security company that is coming to pick your check up and bring it to your home address as filled and confirmed in Canada charged you total fees of 325 notes in Canadian dollars, which you have to pay an activation Steam cards for the fees amount so that we can activate your check for security shipment coming to you, beloved. Talk to your agent about how you can pay your fees and also complete your check shipping down to you. Sincerely, Isabella. Is PayPal free? I see on her Facebook people were paid by PayPal. Payment to PayPal is free within the US, but to get it outside of the country, like coming to Canada, it will cost you $1,000. Sincerely, Isabella. Do you have a phone number and address so I can confirm how real this is? I am sorry I don't have time to pick up calls. I have millions of emails to attend to in a day. You should confirm that from your referrer before coming to apply for this. Sincerely, Isabella. Hello, Canaanland. Hello, Canaanland. It was brought to my information that your check is ready since yesterday and has been handed over to you to the shipping agent from the US. But till now, the shipping guy said you are yet to pay for your shipping fees, as well as blocked your agent. So wrong, we don't have such patience. If you are still interested in getting your check and want your check to be shipped today, kindly do the following. Unblock your processing agent and send her a message to apologize to her for your attitude. Try and make your shipping costs of $325 as soon as possible. Probably to the PayPal account for the shipping guide direct PayPal email, and you can also send the payment confirmation to me to earnestly monitor your delivery after your ship payment. Or you can send a direct deposit to a US bank account. Let me know that so I can send the shipping agent's direct bank account details to you for this. I am waiting for your urgent response, or let me know if you are more interested. You want me to cancel the payment so we can delete the data that is with us. Sincerely, Isabella, head of admin. What is your office number and office address? Please request to cancel your approved cash grant and stop asking me for unnecessary questions, which no one is ready for such. All you need is to contact those you will work with. That is the shipping guy, direct contact from US, and have that already when the check gets to Canada. The delivery guy that is bringing your check down to you will also contact you, and all you need is have no time to waste. You have no right to ask me any questions, but rather follow instructions for us to get the cash grant, which you are not even paying back. Let me know your mind, or kindly request to cancel your approved cash grant so that we can remove your data from our system. Sincerely, Isabella. How can I trust someone that doesn't have an office or a phone number? Everything about SBA, including myself, is widely all over the world to view, but my official addresses, email, or phone number will work for you with this program, because this is a temporary program and a great opportunity, and sending messages of any of my official information now may get my attention or reply for so long. The above is my official page. Click on it and read everything about me, including address and contact information. But I am many special assignments right now, which including this program, that are temporary, and I have to meet up with all the requirements of this particular program before I can get back fully attended and to my main official assignments. You should have no call. You should have no, this can't be a scam or whatever you call it, because I am sure the necessary people that's supposed to complete everything to work out for you have contacted you, or you contacted them. That should have showed and proved to you how legit it is. I just hope you will lose this great opportunity, because I'm deciding to cancel the payment processing myself anytime to face those who are serious. Check the attached documents here. Here I ordered the assigned shipment of this with your check. The same time yesterday, you ordered to get your payment by check, and this lady ordered her 1.5 million in cash, and she confirmed she received her cash just of recent, which means you would have been able to get your check just like this. We are doing our best to help, but those are the people that are ready to help themselves. And I got this picture. Crazy. It's crazy out there. Right, so then so this is the check guy now. Naga Mbutu Bay. Hello, I am Naga Mbutu. Yes, your check is confirmed for shipping of your payment, and the PayPal email is correct. Your check will be delivered after 48 hours of your payment. Islam. Show me proof of the check. Send an email to Cynthia L. nicely for that information. I got approved for the SBA grant. Can you confirm that the grant check with a picture to prove this isn't fraud? Good, beloved. I guess you are learning the job I registered you for, just wanting for the last confirmation, but before then waiting for you to get your grant. This is what I'm doing, beloved. Copy the message below. I hope you understand what I am saying to show the message. I am not in the position to take a picture of your check, as the people in charge of this has done the needful, and I'm registering to get your delivery payment and do the needful according to the required lay. When you are ready, make your payment into my send and confirm PayPal account, or if you like, I can send you my direct bank account details. You can send your payment and send me the proof of your payment. All I want is proof that you really have the check for me. Just reply to them. That is not my job. Go back to the agent and processor for proof. You can only contact me for what the next after you make your payment to my PayPal or my direct account details to ask about delivery. Send him the above message. Thank you, beloved. It's crazy out there. Be careful. Be careful. They're out there. They're out there with their madness. Honors to the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Supreme honors to all the Moors worldwide. Supreme honors. Peace and love to all the mothers. Keep up the great work. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Honors to the Prophet, the noble Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love, Moors.